Hey YouTube, it's Mike Pangangster, and today I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinion of Hogwarts Legacy. Okay, some people are gonna agree with me, some people won't agree with me. Now I played the whole story, around 35 hours, completed the story, got to level 32. In the background, where you guys are gonna watch for me not to spoil anything on the story, it's just basically me fly around, maybe do a little few side objective stuff, and get these travel points. So nothing. Yeah, of course you guys are gonna get to see the map, but nothing that you haven't really. Scene that I'm not revealing no story things. So there's no spoilers in this besides just me flying around and maybe doing little side objective stuff. Okay, so nothing big. Okay, now I'm not gonna sit here and say that the game is bad because the game's not bad. Okay, this is let's say I had to scale this game on 10, I would give it a 7. Okay, which I think any game that's considered a 7 on 10 is definitely playable and it's definitely a game that you should try. Is this a game that you should pay the full price for? If you're a big fan of Harry Potter, sure, why not? If you're just someone that likes to play like open worlds and just basically likes to play games, I would recommend maybe waiting a little bit when this is on sale because the honest truth, besides the story itself, okay, the open world aspect of this game is actually kind of boring, okay? And this is where I think people are gonna like hate me on it because they'll be like, what are you saying it's boring? Look, I played 35 hours. I'm a guy that plays a lot of different games. My channel is mostly based on FIFA for people that watch my channel, but also know that I like to play open worlds like Elder Ring and stuff like that, like the Assassin's Creed and so on, right? Open worlds, The Witcher 3, which I found was probably one of the best open worlds with the Elder Ring, you know. Now, when I look at open world worlds, it's only normal that I'm gonna like rate it based on other games that had open world success, like The Witcher 3, like the Elder Ring, you know, Assassin's Creed to a certain level. That's very repetitive open world, but this is kind of falls into like a weird category of open world because the side stuff that you do in this open world is kind of boring. Okay, now leave a comment, let me know what you guys thought about the side stuff. I think most of the side stuff, the little objectives that you do around the map are very pointless, if that makes any sense. And the reason why I'm going to say this is very pointless because when you're playing this particular game, for example, one thing that I loved about it, let me say something good about it, because one of the things I loved about it is that for people that know Harry Potter and stuff like that follow the franchise, know that, like you're a wizard and you cast these spells and you go to school and all that stuff and you learn these spells. So that's one thing I really enjoyed is that, for example, in other open world games or RPGs or whatever you want to call them, usually when you level up, you get like abilities and stuff like that to get new spells. Where in this game here, it's very different actually. When you level up, you get these talent points, which they don't really do much. That's another thing I'm going to talk about a bit after. But the story teaches you these spells. So for you to actually learn the spells, it's not by actually you leveling up. It's actually by you playing the game, playing the story, doing the quest. Because the quest or the quest side quest gets you these spells that you need in this game. So that part of the game is well done. I like that part because it's very, very different from other like RPG open worlds where, for example, just by you leveling up, you get to pick the spells you want. Where in this case, you actually have to go to do a quest, learn and stuff like that to be able to do the spell. So that part there of the game, I think, was really well success, like really well done. So, like I said, I'm not gonna be here bashing the game. I'm gonna be here talking about the goods and the bads about the game for people that really want to play this game. Now, the story, I liked it. I gave it 10 on 10. I think the story, the way you get your spells, those were amazing things. The visuals, great. The music, great. The character voices and stuff like that, so on, not bad, pretty good. Especially like I mean, they're Harry Potter voices and stuff like that. Like the characters, they're young kids and stuff like that. So whatever. Like I wasn't too crazy about that because I'm a bit older, but still very well done. Like I said, the visuals, I like the visuals. The map, like the world, cool. Okay. The problem is that everything that's in it is kind of boring. Like if you look at, for example, like armor wise, okay, it's pointless. The armor is completely pointless. It's rinse and repeat the same type of armor. The only difference is that either it has more offense or more defense. Later on, you're gonna have these things where they're like slots where you're gonna be able to put like basically like a gem in it, which will increase something of your preference. For example, like let's say you want a certain spell to do more damage, which you don't really see how much more damage it does besides if you test it. But you know what I mean? Like it's very minimal. Like as an open world type of game, the ability to actually get your armor involved and have stats and stuff like that, it's the minimal. It's very, very boring. Okay, the leveling up, the talents, very, very boring. Like I'm sorry, they could have done so much more. They could have given us abilities, passives, extra stats. You know, like I don't know, man. I feel like your character creation itself is just boring. The dungeons have cool like puzzles, but they're very repetitive. Besides the story part of you doing the dungeons themselves are kind of like boring, to be honest with you, because once you do a couple of puzzles, it's the same thing over and over. So it doesn't. I'm sorry, the boss fights, there's maybe like two or three boss fights that are cool. Other than that, the same like enemies over and over and over. The boss fights are just like basically a character with a name and just like a lot of hit points, and you just keep on doing the same thing. There's nothing like specific that you have to do to kill these bosses. It's just very like you just cast your spells. Like you just do damage and you're gonna kill them. For all these type of like reasons, I'm trying to say this game is at best average because there's no real like some people say if you play the game on hard, you give yourself a challenge. I don't think it's really a challenge just because you put something on hard and mobs have more hit points and they hit harder. I don't think that's a challenge. For me, a challenge is where you actually have to figure out how to kill a particular mob or a boss or whatever. Or for example, like when you're building your character, you really spec into something that makes you very, very strong. Some people are showing these specs where they're like using these curse spells. For example, there's one particular curse. I don't want to spoil it too much, but you could basically eliminate an enemy and oh, that's the strongest fucking build. What do you mean the strongest build? The spell itself doesn't need nothing. It's just a spell that you click and you eliminate the mob. Like it's just boring. There, you know what I mean? Like it. I'm sorry. For those parts of the game, I think it's very, very not great. Okay. Now, does the game have potential to get better? Of course, it does. There are expansions that are going to happen in this game. There's definitely updates that could have. So there's definitely things that they can add to the game that is kind of missing in this game. Like I said, I feel that the game itself as a story is a very cool story. The process of you getting to like the to the academy, getting the spells, doing the quest, like going in to do these trials and stuff like that. All that part of the game, I give it a nice 2 thumbs up. Was definitely worth playing the story. Other than that, as an open world, I think this failed. I'm sorry. I don't want to sit here and say that. I don't want to lie and just tell people, yeah, this is the best open. It's not. It's just it's a very like boring open world. Like you're flying around, like hitting these balloons over and over, the exact same thing. They're actually even. It's always the exact same thing. Like every time you're hitting these balloons, there's 5 balloons. Just hit them and you get like an achievement. Well, an achievement, a little thing that you did, pop balloons. Like it's very very just like boring. The open world part of this game is just boring. I would like to sit here and say, wow, man, the open world is amazing. I felt that once I played the story, I just didn't feel like playing no more, man, because the open world aspect of the game, like there's no like real dungeons to go in just to basically smash on mobs and have like a some type of challenge. You know, there's these battle arena things where there's these waves, which is okay, but it's kind of boring. It's very repetitive again. Like I said, the type of enemies that you fight in this game is constantly the same. So, anyways, look, if people ask me, should I play this game because I'm a big fan of Harry Potter, I'm going to tell you guys yes. Should I play this game for the story? Yes. Should I play this game for the open world part of it? Nah. Like if people tell me, is this game, is there a lot to do? Well, I don't feel like there's a lot to do. It's just the same thing to do over and over and over. I don't feel like you're doing like I don't feel like you going around the map doing these little puzzles or these little objectives any fun at all, to be honest with you. Other than that, like I said, um, I give this game like at best a 7 on 10, and the reason for this is because I felt like the story is the main reason that I give it a 7 on 10. The story was fun to play, but once the story is over, I don't feel like there's anything more to do in this game unless they come out with expansions that have um, better things to it. Now, hopefully, you guys respect my personal opinion on the review of this game. Everybody's gonna have their own preference of games that they like. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and tell people not to play this game. I think that it's definitely a playable game because, like I said, when I give a game 7 on 10, I think it's a fair like rating for a person to at least enjoy the game. But don't expect like the Witcher 3 type of open world game because you're definitely not gonna get that from this game. But other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. I just tried to be the honest possible I could. Go try it out if you guys want. You'll see from yourselves. Okay, so I wish you guys the best and have a good day, guys. Bye bye.